What is up, everybody? Welcome in to the Fantasy Tap. My name is Michael, and this is John, and we have got a great live stream for you today. Very excited. John, are you excited?
I'm super excited. As a Dolphins fan, we are currently not eliminated from the playoffs.
Woo!
So until we lose another game, every week's an exciting one. This week could be the end of that excitement, though. So
very well could be, yes. Very, very well could be. I mean, this is a weird week of football. Have you looked at all the lines and stuff like that?
Not since they've adjusted. I know we did our props episode. Let me pull up the sports books right now.
Have
they moved around
crazy.
A lot?
Everything is so close, except for the Titans game. Everything is extremely close to, like, 2 points, 1 point, half a point,
Let's
3
see,
points.
3.5, 3.
Everything is tight. So, I mean, I am on one game for sure. I loaded up on it. And that is the Chargers. I got them at -2.5. So I'm on that one. So
Which one? Sorry, you cut out for a second.
I said I'm on that one. I'm on Chargers -2.5.
Yeah, I think for sure. I think the Chargers are in a good week.
But it's the line's right now at -3.
Gotcha. Quick question while we're here. Romandre Stevenson's or Mike Williams this week in a flex?
Mike Williams. So, yeah, I'm not dealing with that Patriots backfield. I trust Mike Williams for sure.
Out of the two, I'm going to agree.
He's been too good. I mean, he's been too good.
Though last week kind of scares me because literally until the last play, he was, I think, under an 8-point day. And then you get that 60-yard touchdown pass to finish off the game, close it out, and that puts him into the 20. But he's still got that upside. And Stevenson could be getting like 4 carries.
Yeah. Yep. So if you are watching on YouTube, feel free to drop your question in the chat. We will answer it as soon as we can. We're also going to go game by game, So, there goes John. John, bye, John. Everybody say bye, John. Bye, John. John, we got a question earlier that we talked about, and that was Tyler Higbee or Dan Arnold in PPR leagues. And both you and I agreed Dan Arnold in that situation. I know he's coming off of a very bad goose egg of a week, but it's going to be. I think the game for the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Atlanta Falcons game, is going to be more of a high-scoring game, even though both offenses are kind of lackluster. But I think that Green Bay game is going to be a defensive game.
I agree.
So both defenses are stacked there. So that's kind of one reason why I'm leaning Dan Arnold. Plus, Dan Arnold has really been the only with the exception of last week, has been the only solid, consistent piece in that offense. And James Robinson too, but and then Tyler Higbee. There are too many weapons. Defensive game. That's my thought process for that. What is up, Rob?
Whoa, Rob, we got Rob in here. What up, Rob? How we doing? Let's get it, boys. Got a question, Mike. Thielen, Mclaren, or Patterson? No indication on full point, half point, or standard.
Thielen, Mclaren, or Patterson?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm going Thielen.
All right, I was right there too. I already had it written out. I said Thielen has been a little bit more consistent. Washington is really the only thing holding McLaurin back, and it just doesn't seem like it's his backfield or his wide receiving group alone.
I think it's pretty easy for me. Thielen, he's going to be involved. Obvious touchdown upside, can get in the end zone almost every week consistently. So, yeah, I'm going that route there. But I will say McLaurin has a nice matchup. And who was the other guy again? It was
Patterson.
Patterson, yeah. He's coming off the injury. That's my only issue with him. I don't want him to get going and then, be back on.
Russell Wilson or Kirk Cousins this week?
Oh, Russell Wilson or Kirk Cousins. I'm going. I hate to say it, but I'm letting Russ cook.
You're letting Russ cook, really?
I'm letting Russ cook. Yeah.
Against Washington. Yeah.
That San Francisco defense has been pretty stout. I was in a predicament. I actually have to play Kirk Cousins this week. He should have had 2 more interceptions than he did last week. Almost had him, but yeah, I don't. This defense is too good. I could see this being a run-heavy game.
Which one?
The Minnesota, San Francisco, in a low-scoring game. What's the over/under on that? Let's see. That is over/under 49.5. So it's pretty high for that. Yeah, I'm still leaning Russell Wilson. I think his upside's just too high. He's got the receivers. Washington's defense has been meh, not great.
All right. So looking at this right here, we got an interesting one. We've got Hollywood Brown, Brandon Ayuk, or Jalen Waddle half-point PPR.
You go first, because I have my answer. You go first.
You have your answer.
I have my answer.
You have your answer. You go first, and I conclude to mine.
It's
Jalen Waddle completely. You're not worried about this defense to slow him down?
No, I'm not worried about that. Plus, he's the only receiving option they have other than Mike Gesicki. I mean, true receiving option they have is Brandon Ayuk. You got George Kittle there, Debo obviously, and then the running backs can catch the ball. And then who is the last guy again?
Hollywood Brown.
Hollywood Brown coming off that injury.
Between Waddle and
with the thigh injury, he's questionable. I mean, I think he's playing, but still, yeah.
And it's trending on playing recent. Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how I'm leaning. I don't.
Yeah,
I think another game that's going to be defensive, very very heavily defensive. So that's how I'm leaning. I could see Waddle getting 8 catches.
I could see it too. I think they're gonna really continue to force it to him, as we really don't have anyone else.
Yeah, and take my bias out of this, because I think Jalen Waddle is just a baller, like plain old baller. He's gonna be a top 12 receiver next year. Mark my words.
Top 12 in fantasy or just in skill?
Fantasy. Skill, he's already a top. He's the best receiver ever. He's the
there
GOAT.
You go. No, there you go. That's how you keep the bias out of it. All right, one more question, then we can start. We're not doing game by game, but we can. We can just start breaking into some games. Who do I start in a PPR league flex position? I have a big week ahead of me. I need your help. This guy has Alex Collins, Ramondre Stevenson, Miles Sanders, and Deonta Foreman. Out of those 4, for me, it's between Collins and Foreman.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going, and I don't like that I'm doing this. I do not like that I'm doing
You're going Miles Sanders.
I'm going Miles Sanders because as soon as he went on to IR, they started running the ball. Jordan Howard and Boston Scott, they started running the ball, and they saw that it was effective. They can, and with Jalen Hurts there, I don't know what Sirianni was doing. Maybe he was just watering his plants too much. I don't know. But they gave him the ball 16 times. Very efficient, 5.8 yards, a carry. Didn't get in the end zone. If he would have gotten in the end zone, we would have had a top 12 finish from Miles Sanders last week. Against the New York Giants defense, pretty stout. But this game is always a good one. Rivalry game. I think that Miles Sanders gets – they finally realized it. They've realized it. And we saw at the beginning of the year, he can catch the ball too. He should be able to catch the ball a couple times. They should throw the ball to him a little bit. So, yes, I think we do see a reemergence of Miles Sanders through these last few weeks. So, yeah, give me Miles Sanders. I'm sorry. I made that difficult.
It's not that you're making it difficult. It's that my lack of trust for him. I mean, he did get the carries last week. He did get the yards last week. It was just the fumble and no touchdown, no pass catching work made his nearly 100-yard day terrible.
It wasn't terrible. It was usable.
6.4.
6.4 what?
Points.
No, he had 11.
How do you believe?
I don't know. 94. 9.4.
Yeah, plus a fumble.
Oh yeah, I guess that.
Yeah.
What kind of scoring is this? Oh, I get points for first downs here. That's why. The football play. Oh, here we go. Sorry, Steel City, PA says Cam Newton or Matt Stafford today. Also, the football player says, "What's good, boys? What's up?" We'll answer your question.
What is going on, bud?
Cam Newton or Matt Stafford?
There was a report that came out this morning that Matt Stafford had some injury in his hand bugging him. I didn't look into it any further. I just barely saw the headline come across. So I don't know how much that's going to do, but I really do like Cam Newton's rushing upside against one of the worst rushing defenses in the NFL. And the minimal amount of play that Cam's done in the past 2 weeks has looked all amazing. So give me Cam Newton here against Miami.
Yeah, I'm going Cam Newton here as well. Like I said, when we were talking about Higbee and Arnold, I think it's going to be a defensive game that's going to play into it. Matt Stafford could turn the ball over. He hasn't been playing himself the last couple weeks. Maybe that is because of that hand injury or whatever. Then the football player, he asked Javonta Williams or Devonta Freeman. Half PPR. Keep up the great work. Thank you, sir.
You. What was it, Devonta Freeman or
Javonta Williams?
I think we're kind of in the same situation. I'm feeling Devonta Freeman here. Javonta Williams, I feel, is just capped with Melvin Gordon there. And what we've seen all season is you get consistently about 10 points. And if he gets a touchdown, that can push him up there. But I think Freeman has gotten a bigger role in that offense. And we've seen Lat Murray pushed out.
Yeah, and but Williams playing against the Chargers, Freeman playing against the Bengals, the Browns. So both obviously good defenses. Give me Devonta Freeman. He is getting the pass catching work there too, which is nice. Even when Lat Murray does get his touches, we should still see Devonta Freeman in the passing game. Steel City, PA, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Feel free to subscribe and smash that like button, baby. We do this every Sunday. So yeah, I mean it's so give me Devonta. I love Javonta Williams next year, top 12 running back. But Gordon is definitely in his way. So
we got a really good. Oh, we're good on YouTube, right? We've answered it. Okay, we're good. We answered everything. Thanks, football player. Appreciate you coming in each and every week. It's a name I remember seeing. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed as we answer this next question. It may have some implications. The bottom of the question does say his life may or may not depend on this winning. So please take that into consideration.
Time out. I don't know if my conscience can handle that.
All right. Well, too bad, Mike. We're gonna have to do this for this guy. We got Chase Claypool for the Bengals at the Bengals, or Brandon Ayuk versus the Vikings this week. Ooh, is right. Life or death situation.
Life or death. What do you? Let me hear you. You go first. You go. I've been going first. You go first.
Let me pull something up really quick.
I'm going Chase Claypool. All right, I'm going Chase Claypool. Chase Claypool. Should see. I mean, he saw 9 targets last week. He's got the red zone. He's a red zone threat. He hasn't been capitalizing on it. Last time they played Cincinnati, 15 targets, 9 catches, 96 yards. His best game of the year. Now, I don't think that we repeat that, but I think he's a little safer than Brandon Ayuk this week, who has been so up and down this season. Lately, he's been up, but I'm a little worried against that. In this game, I'm a little worried in this game. So,
well, I will say this: our in-house 49ers fan who does the DFS episode with me is very hot on the 49ers in general this week, both Debo and Brandon Ayuk. and expects them to both have huge games.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are you saying? Are you saying Ayuk? I mean, this guy's life is on the line.
I know. I wish there was a more clear-cut answer here. It really just comes down to Ben Roethlisberger for this question for me. And I would say that since coming back from the missing the game in Week 10, that he looked great last week, moving into a streak of going into divisional games, Cincinnati, then Baltimore next week. I think we're going to see him on a tear. I'm going to go Claypool. I'm going to pick Claypool here.
All right. Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm reading something. Chase Claypool dealing with turf toe. A serious case of turf toe. Uh-oh.
When did that come out?
2 days ago. I've been on vacation now, so. Switch my answer. Brandon Ayuk, baby. Don't trust Claypool. Not with that toe. Everybody's got injured toes now. It's a new thing. The toe is the new hammy. Yeah, so I'm going Ayuk. Sorry to change that. I did not read that. So yeah, it's kind of worrisome. Toe injuries, bro. They're nothing to joke with. Nothing to joke with. Let's see what else we got. A lot of Elijah Moore questions. Let's see. How do you feel about Elijah Moore today?
I'm worried about Zach Wilson hurting him the most than him not being able to produce against either the defense or whatever. I just don't know if we trust it. But if we're following narratives, you could see that Zach Wilson, who hasn't really produced anything in prime moments, but when it's garbage time, has been lighting it up and able. I mean, let's be real. Zach Wilson did beat the Titans.
Okay.
The Titans have been while they had Derrick Henry. So, I mean, he is able to turn it on in flashes. He's still getting adjusted to the league. And after having 2 weeks of guys coming in and possibly everyone can say they outproduced him, maybe this is the little spark that Zach Wilson needed to put it together. I'm just not trusting Moore this week, but I still want to try to get him in as a flex position if I have weaker options. He does have a lot of upside.
Yeah, this guy was asking Ayuk or Elijah Moore, and I was like, smash Elijah Moore. I mean, Brandon Ayuk, stay away from Elijah Moore.
Are you completely just not touching him this week?
It depends on my options. So here's another question. Since I said there's a ton of Elijah Moore questions.
There's plenty.
Damien Harris or Elijah Moore?
Elijah Moore, absolutely.
Melvin Gordon or Elijah Moore? I've seen that like 3 times.
Probably Elijah Moore. Like I think Elijah Moore is going to get you at worst about 6 to 8 points this week as his floor. He's more than guaranteed at least 2 to 3 catches and should be able to turn that into about 20 to 60 yards. So, I mean, you still get something from him.
True.
But if everything goes right, the upside is what you've been getting from him already. He has been getting hyper targeted over these past 4 weeks. And I think he's kind of pushed himself up the ranks in that receiving core after these games. So, yeah, I still think that he's a usable receiver, but there is risk involved. So over guys like Melvin Gordon, where the ceiling is 11 points without a touchdown, and I'm going to take the upside of a guy that could easily get me 20 to 29.
Yeah. All right, let's see. You want to go through these games, and then we'll answer questions as we go?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Tampa Bay Buccaneers going into Indianapolis. The spread right now is getting bought down, which I should have smashed it earlier, but I didn't. Started the week, I think it was at like 3.5 or 4 or so. +4 for the Colts, but currently sitting at Colts +3, over under of 52.5. I like the under in this game. A 52.5, I do. And then I did like this spread when I could get it over 3 points for the Colts, but I think I'm staying away from it. How do you feel?
I think I'm going to give this game to the Bucs. I think that it's
-3.
Yeah. No, I'm going to take a money line. Spread's this tight right now. Because if I'm just going to, they're rough. I'd rather take the Colts +3 and hope and still expect the Bucs to win than Bucs -3. just with how games been going. But I do think the Bucks are going to be in a position to win this one. And if anything, my question to you is, how do you feel about the props in this game, like the rushing totals for Jonathan Taylor?
I haven't looked. There was one prop that was intriguing to me, and it was actually an odds boost thing. Is Jonathan Taylor over 100 yards rushing and Tom Brady over 200 passing yards, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like plus odds, but I don't know.
Well, dang.
I'm not taking it.
DraftKings has Jonathan Taylor's 80.5.
Yeah, and I know he's on a tear, and I know they're going to feed him the ball.
8 games in a row with a touchdown and 100 yards.
I know, but that streak's going to end. I'm going to take the under on 80.
All right.
Take the under on 80. What about everybody else? I mean, obviously you're starting Jonathan Taylor. You're not taking him out. You're not taking him out of your lineups. That's for betting purposes. I'm starting Leonard Fournette. I'm starting Tom Brady, even though he's been sometimes shaky on the road. How do you feel about Carson Wentz this week?
I'm not playing Carson Wentz. I'm going to avoid him. Not someone I'm really interested in. The only people that I'm interested out of this game is going to be Brady. It's going to be Chris Godwin, Fournette, Jonathan Taylor. I will play Michael Pittman this week. I will play Mike Evans this week as well.
Okay.
And then Gronkowski, even though he's back and it's been 2 weeks in, this will be the second week back. I am playing him in a league where my other option is Cameron Brate, if that means anything.
I think he's a smash start. 8 targets last week, caught 6 of them for 71 yards. I mean, I think he's back. He's Baltimore. He's this.
I have one league where I've got him and another tight end that's pretty solid. And I don't remember who the other guy is, but I definitely.
Okay. So you said you're staying away from Carson Wentz. Would you start Tua or Carson Wentz?
I'd start Tua.
Tua, really? Okay.
I'm not worried about Tua this week. I think he's fine. I'm actually starting Tua in 2 leagues. It is a tough defense. It is.
Very tough defense.
Very, very stout defense.
All right, let's move on to the next game. This is another weird one, New York Jets, Houston Texans battle for the bottom. Jets are +3. It's in Houston. Over under 44.5. John, any bets you like in this game? Any players you like in this game?
I like Houston -3 in this one. Players I like in the game. I'm all on Brandon Cooks this week. Think that's going to be a very, very good start. We've already talked about Elijah Moore, but if anyone has joined in since then, I think Elijah Moore is in for a very usable day. You want to make sure you get him into your lineup at least as a
wide
flex position. Yes, absolutely. Someone you're gonna want. How do you feel about the running back group out of the New York Jets right now? Do you trust any of them to take over a role?
I mean, originally I was leaning Ty Johnson, but then I was like, Michael, no, don't take that risk. There's no need to, unless you absolutely have to. Which I did trade for Ty Johnson in a dynasty league because I have Michael Carter. But it could be Tevin Coleman. It can switch at any point, point in time. So
I'm gonna stick away.
Really.
Yeah. Sticking away from that. I am staying with Houston's running back group though.
David Johnson, smash it.
Never thought I'd say it, but I think David Johnson's in for another great day. What was it last week? They had his over under total yards at 36, or was it the week before? It was 26 total yards.
Yeah.
Where are we sitting now? Right now, his over under for rushing yards is 26.
Oh, hit that. Maybe not.
Rex Burkhead's at 40.
The Jets have a pretty good defensive line, so maybe you don't hit that. And he hasn't hit over 26. And I know even last week on 13 touches, he only hit 18. Maybe I don't. I don't know. But, yeah, I agreed on both Brandon Cooks and Elijah Moore. Are you using Jameson Crowder, Keelan Cole, or Nico Collins, or Amendola, or anybody?
No, I'm not taking the shots on them. There's not enough consistency for them.
Dope. All right, let's go over to the Philadelphia Eagles game playing against the New York Giants. Giants are +4. Over-under in this game is 45.5. John, I like the Giants. in this with this spread. I do. I like
Like
that.
the Giants.
Getting over that 3 points. Chris throwing Brandon Cooks into starting role based on John's word is what Chris said. So best of luck, John. He will text you if you fail him once more.
He reached out to me last week and let me know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So yeah.
But isn't he your start of the week?
+4. No.
Oh, it was last.
Remember,
that was mine last week. You're right.
Yeah.
Hopeful.
+4, like Giants, like that it gets over that 3 threshold, and it should be a tight game. So, or it could be a blowout, or the Eagles could just stop them. Any players you'd like or don't like? Obviously, Jalen Hurts, QB1 on the year, is a must start. Danny Dimes, you
sticking away from Danny Dimes this week.
Okay, we talked about Miles Sanders a little bit earlier. Miles Sanders what was the question? Romandre Stevenson, Miles Sanders, and
Alex Collins, and there was another one, but I can't remember. He was an easy write-off, though.
Oh, Foreman.
Oh, no, actually it wasn't. But yeah, Foreman. That was it.
And I went Miles Sanders. I think Miles Sanders, they finally realized that if they give their running back the ball, he could actually do something. When you don't give the running back the ball, he can't actually run. So giving the running back the ball is the best course of action. And Nick's
it generally works the best that way.
Yeah, typically. So give it to Miles Sanders. I like Miles Sanders this week. I think we could see a high-end 2, low-end 1 potentially with him, even up against this pretty good defense. So, yeah, that's my take on Miles Sanders.
All right.
And Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley. What do we do about Saquon Barkley?
You're playing him.
You playing him?
You're playing him. Yep.
At what capacity though? Like he's definitely not a must start.
I would start Miles Sanders over Saquon Barkley. Is that disgusting?
That sounds disgusting. I don't know if I could agree with that one.
No.
Yeah. No, I still don't know if I could agree with that. I think it's kind of just above, but I still would play Saquon.
Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe that's a little too much.
I was gonna say that pass catching work is just has all that value.
Too much. But I think he's close. I do think he's close to Saquon this week. So I mean, unless you're gonna start your studs over Saquon, you're gonna start your Austin Eckler's, your Aaron Jones's. I would rather start Saquon over Aaron. What
about AJ Dillon or Saquon?
Saquon. Unless Aaron Jones does not play.
He's a game time decision right now. I know we're not on that game, but I actually am looking at my lineup right now and running into this issue. I have both of them on the team.
Solid.
Do I play both of them?
Who?
If Aaron Jones plays, do I play both of them?
And AJ Dillon?
Yeah.
No. Who are your other options? Who?
Mark Andrews.
All right, we got a tough question here. Sorry, John.
McKissick, DJ, or Hillard?
Yeah. Are
you in a PPR league? Full PPR league?
Yeah, let us know what your scoring format is.
Because if it's full PPR, I'm going to go Hilliard and understand that, hey, this is a risk. If this turns into a heavy rushing game, they're probably going to go with Foreman. But if they fall behind like we're expecting them to, they more than likely are going to need to pass it out, and that gets Hilliard more involved. I'm not very big into DJ Dallas.
Yeah, DJ's not even in consideration here for me. I know they've been saying that he's going to get more, of a role, but I don't trust that. Half PPR, he said.
Half PPR. Yeah, for me, it's going to be Hilliard. I expect him to get the most work this week out of these three guys. J.D. McKissick.
I agree with you.
Yeah, especially as Antonio Gibson's gotten healthier.
Exactly. Antonio Gibson's healthy. DJ Dallas is just not an option at this point in time. So, yeah, it's Dontrell Hilliard for me. So, Let's go. Where are we going?
Who should I start in my flex? AJ Dillon, Miles Sanders, OBJ, or Elijah Moore?
AJ Dillon, Miles Sanders, OBJ, or Elijah Moore?
Mm-hmm.
I like Miles Sanders.
You like Miles Sanders?
He gets in the end zone this week. Who do you like, John?
I don't know.
That's
if Deontay doesn't play or Aaron Jones doesn't play, then I want AJ Dillon.
Right.
I kind of like Elijah Moore here.
All right.
I'm going Elijah Moore. I think he's going to be a solid play still. I'm starting to like him more and more the more I have to talk about him.
Sounds like it. I can tell. Let's see. We are on to the Carolina Panthers playing the Miami Dolphins. Spread currently is +1. Has ticked from +2 to the Dolphins to +1. Over under of 41 points. They're thinking it's gonna be a low scoring game. Clearly. Here's my take on it. Cam Newton, I think you're starting. I think he's gonna be a low end quarterback 1 this week. He's got that rushing ability. And obviously the Dolphins struggle and have struggled, except for Lamar Jackson. I don't get this, but I don't think zero blitzing will work against Cam Newton much. So I think he's going to have a good day. Christian McCaffrey must start. Myles Gaskin, though. Myles Gaskin is an interesting – how do you feel about Myles Gaskin this week?
I think he's a low-end RB2. I think, he's a low-end RB2 with some upside, but he's not a smash play. You're not excited to play him, but he's going to fill your roster spot before you start looking at the guys you've been benching all season.
The good thing is Salvon Ahmed is not playing, okay? Philip Lindsay has been claimed on the team, can play, but being that he just joined the team, I don't see him having a significant role. I think we see a lot of Myles Gaskin today, which will in turn turn into fantasy points. So,
is Duke Johnson still on our?
Yeah, I think he reverted back
squad.
down.
Damn,
Yep.
man, can't catch a break.
I know, but it happens on.
They might have.
If you get pulled up from. I'll go over the inactives. I'll look up the inactives, but if you are pulled up from the practice squad, you're automatically reverted down after the game. It's automatic. Who else? DJ Moore, solid start. Jalen Waddle, another solid start. I think we could see both, 2 wide receiver 2s with upside, obviously, there from them.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
then, are you playing Robbie Anderson?
I would flex Robbie Anderson in. He's been more involved in these past couple weeks than he has been all season, so it's time.
Yeah, it is time. 'Tis time. And then Mike Gesicki, only tight end here that I am interested in playing.
Question.
Run over the yes.
Question really fast. Dan Arnold or Mike Gesicki in tight end, no PPR.
Mike Gesicki.
Gesicki, yeah.
You want me to go over the inactives?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Then we'll move on to our next games. Tampa Bay Colts game. Antonio Brown is inactive. Keyshawn Vaughn also inactive. Ali Marpet, the guard, is also inactive. For the Colts, Marlon Mack inactive. Michael Strachan is also inactive. Jets, Houston. Corey Davis inactive. Could see a big bump there for Elijah Moore. LaMichael Pirine, also inactive. As far as the Houston Texans, of course, Deshaun Watson. And tight end Jordan Akins is inactive. We've got the Eagles, Giants. Let's go here. For the Eagles, Jordan Howard, inactive. And that was for the Eagles. For the Giants, we have Sterling Shepard, Kyle Rudolph, Kadarius Toney, all inactive. So adjust your lineups accordingly, especially if you have
Fire up Darius Slayton.
Yeah, Slayton, baby. Slayton, and I think Galladay could be pretty decent. All right, here we go. Anthony V says, pick 2. Jerry Jeudy, Brandon Ayuk, or Tyler Boyd. Pick 2.
I'm going to take Jeudy and Brandon Ayuk.
I am going to do the same.
Yeah, I like Tyler Boyd. I don't like Tyler Boyd. He proved me wrong last week, but I don't think it's going to be a repeatable thing. And that kind of leads me into my next question for you, Mike. T. Higgins or OBJ?
T's coming off a bad week. I'm going T.
I'm going T. So then answer
Joe Hayden's. I think Joe Hayden's out. I gotta get to that inactive, but I'm pretty sure Joe Hayden's out. Carolina Panthers, Miami Dolphins. Terrace Marshall is out. Yep. Miami Dolphins. Adam Shaheen is out. That's a bump up there for Mike Gesicki. Not a problem, Anthony. Thank you, sir. Feel free to like and subscribe. Tennessee Titans, New England Patriots game. Jerry McNichols is out. And then J.J. Taylor is out. Devin Asiasi is out for the Patriots. Steelers Bengals, Joe Hayden is out. Dwayne Haskins out. Bengals, Auden Tate is out. Let's see. Jacksonville and Atlanta. We've got nobody on the Falcons that matter. Ooh, this is interesting. John, as he left, I wanted to talk to him about this. So we'll wait. Here he is. Are you coming back, John? Hello? Anyways, so Jacksonville Jaguars have – I want to talk to you about this.
Sorry, my laptop was about to die, so I had to grab my charger before it did.
Shaquille Griffin is out. Best cornerback there for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, yeah?
Russell Gage, maybe Kyle Pitts.
Zacchaeus. I think you play Kyle Pitts for sure.
Yeah, of course, Kyle Pitts. But, it could be a game for them. Could be a good game for them.
I would agree, yeah.
T-Law's
had some good games lately.
Let's see.
Patterson or Judy?
I'm going to go Patterson.
Is he fully healthy?
He's not fully healthy, no, but he's playing. Judy does have a little bit of a tough matchup.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you're an elite receiver like Jerry Jeudy. I'm just kidding. I agree with you there. Cam Newton or Matt Stafford? We answered this, right?
Yeah, we already answered that. Cam Newton. Tennessee Titans, New England Patriots. We have got. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a low-scoring game. Tannehill, I'm not playing. Mac Jones, I'm not playing. Ramondre Stevenson, Damien Harris. We talked about it a little bit. I think Stevenson is a fill-in for your running backs. If you need to fill in that running back 2 spot, or you need a flex somebody. But I think he finishes more of a running back 3. Damien Harris. I mean, you play him in case he gets to work, but similar to Ramondre Stevenson, I think.
Low end running back, mid end running back 3, flex running backs, fillers. They're not expecting a lot. I'd be playing them after I took a shot on Foreman or Hilliard.
Yeah, Hilliard, good start in PPR leagues, especially.
Yes.
Foreman, I think you said you take a shot on them after Foreman.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that this is something
they
that
have
he was
to run the ball.
Yeah, I think that he's going to be the one. If they need to run the ball, he's going to be one to get the carries, red zone carries. But it's going to be if the game turns into a shootout, and then Hilliard could get massive value out of that. So I would take the shot on both of them.
Yeah. What are the wide receivers in this game? In my opinion, Jacoby Myers and Westbrook Akeen is a wide receiver 3 flex.
Yeah, he's a dart throw option here. Pretty much all the receivers there in Tennessee this week are going to be dart throws.
Yeah. My only one receiving option that I'm comfortable that I would play is Hunter Henry because he gets in the end zone.
He does. He's very valuable. Jacoby Myers now gets in the end zone. No one can say that anymore.
Yeah,
He's done it once in 3 years.
Yeah. Pittsburgh Steelers and Cincinnati Bengals. This line keeps going closer and closer to even. Started out at plus 5.5 this week. It's down to plus 3.5 for the Steelers. Over under 43.5. I would have liked it closer to that 5.5 when it was, but staying away from that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think I like Pittsburgh here.
Plus 3.5.
Yeah, plus 3.5. I think that they're a team that could sneak it out. I don't think the Bengals are a dominant force. It's gonna I don't. This is gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a close game, and I think the Pittsburgh Steelers could sneak it out.
Yeah, I do too. They play the Chargers very well. The Chargers very well, and the Chargers are a much better team than the Bengals. So,
Agreed.
let's see, Burrow and Roethlisberger. What are you doing here? Any of them interest you?
I'd play Burrow. He can move the ball a little bit, but still only as a streaming option or as a V2 in a 2 QB league. He's not starting for me unless there's nothing else.
Najee, Joe Mixon must start. Jamar Chase, Deontay Johnson must start. T. Higgin, you're starting as a wide receiver 2, wide receiver high, and wide receiver 3. There is no Joe Hayden today, so that should ease up some things on this in the secondary. Tyler Boyd, flex if you're desperate.
Tyler Boyd is a desperate flex. Yes, I agreed. I think that there's a chance he has upside, but.
And then Chase Claypool, we talked about him a little bit earlier. He does have a toe injury. So I think he is a very risky play this week. Because they say it's a bad case of turf toe. So it is he on the field, for as much as he typically is, or is he just out there to be a decoy, stuff like that. So I think he's risky, but he has a ton of upside, clearly.
How do you feel between Joe Mixon and Darrell Henderson?
Joe Mixon. Joey Mixon. And then the tight ends, Pat Freiermuth, no Eric Ebron. Claypool could see a reduced role with the little injury he has.
Yes, sir.
Also, Pat Freiermuth has seen 7 or more targets since week 6. This could be the highest finishing rookie tight end this year. Could be, potential.
It's possible.
So
really, it's between him and Pitts.
Yeah. So,
but it's gonna turn out. It really depends on whether or not Pitts turns it on, or if Matt Ryan gets it together.
Yeah, obviously Pitts is a whole nother level. But right now, Freiermuth is putting up some nice points when he getting in the end zone.
Absolutely.
Big Ben trusts him, and that's huge.
If Kyle Pitts didn't get as much hype as he did coming into the draft, and let's say Kyle Pitts was drafted last year, Pat Freiermuth would have been the biggest. Everyone would be talking about how great he is this year. He's top 15 tight end right now as a rookie. So yeah, absolutely.
That'd be cool to have 2 rookie tight ends because in the top 12 this year, because there's always that stigma that rookies are, which is true.
Take long to develop.
Right. So, but that'd be cool. That'd be cool to see. So let's move on to the Falcons Jags game. This spread plus 1.5. Jags are plus 1.5. Over under 46. I feel like this is either going to be like a. Oh, we got a question. I feel like this is either going to be a really low scoring game, like 13-17, or it's going to be like 35-33. Like it just points out the yin yang.
What makes you think that it'd be low scoring?
These teams suck. Nick is asking, do I play Aaron Jones over Ty Johnson in hopes that he plays? I would have to start DJ Dallas if Jones is inactive.
What was the question? Sorry, I was answering something on Twitter.
Do I play Aaron Jones over Ty Johnson in hopes that he plays?
And then his backup with DJ Dallas.
If he's inactive.
Oh, I had that YouTube open. I saw my face slowly, like my smile slowly fade away as I was reading this question.
Yep.
I think you take the risk on Aaron Jones playing. I don't see much of a difference between Ty Johnson and DJ Dallas this week. So if that's the risk that you get, that's going to be it.
Yeah, I would agree. We talked about the Jets a little earlier in their backfield. Between him and Tevin Coleman, I don't think there's a guarantee that Ty Johnson is the guy,
Absolutely.
Good thing, though, he does catch the ball, which is nice. But it could be Tevin Coleman. It really could be. So I'm comfortable with taking that risk So I'm comfortable with that. So, what else? Yes. As far as the quarterbacks in this game, I don't trust either of them. I mean, I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. So I'm not starting any. I'd rather start Carson Wentz over these guys. Seriously.
I would agree. Maybe not Wentz, but I mean they're kind of all in that same area for me. But yeah. I'm not really excited for many of the people in this game, to be honest.
James Robinson, he's healed, no injury designation, thank God. Cordero Patterson, I think Laviska and Marvin Jones are risky flex options per usual. And Russell Gage, another one, risky flex. Though, yeah, Kyle Pitts and Dan Arnold, I think, yeah, I don't know. It's not very, like I said, it could be 13-17 or it could be 35-33.
All right, I got a question for you, Mike.
Let's hear it.
James Robinson, since you just brought him up, Miles Sanders or Rashad Bateman? Actually, pick two. Which do you sit?
Which do I sit?
James Robinson, Miles Sanders, Rashad Bateman.
James Robinson is playing. He's definitely one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out, do I like him that much? I think with Marquis Brown, a little banged up, I think we see Rashad Bateman kind of take a big step. Not a big step, but a good step.
Okay.
I'm going Miles Sanders. I'm going the running backs.
Okay. That's who I got.
Guaranteed work.
Yeah, that's where I got him sitting right now. So glad to see that. What is up with Kareem Hunt? Is there any indication if he's actually playing? It still has him as questionable. I know he's off IR.
Yes, he's going to be the third down back on. It says third down back on Sunday night. So, I'm assuming he's going to be used in a limited fashion. They're saying that they're going to ease him in. So, yeah, I don't see him being usable much.
Him or T.Y. Hilton or Rex Burkhead.
Give me T.Y.
Give you T.Y.
Yeah, I really don't think that he's gonna be out there a ton.
No,
especially with the way that Dearness Johnson has played when he's on the field. No, there's no need to rush Kareem Hunt back.
I agree with that. And that's pretty much it. All right, that's all my questions.
Dope. All right. Let's move on. LA Chargers, Denver Broncos. Love this line. I got it earlier at -2.5 for the Chargers, up to -3, over under 47. Looks like the public's on right now is on Denver Broncos +3 and the under of 47. John, which way do you lean here?
I'm leaning the Chargers.
I am too. I think the only reason why it's as low as it is because the game they just played against the Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. The Chargers are possibly one of the better teams in the league, even though they take games really close right now. And though the Broncos have looked good, especially in the beginning part of the season, I don't think that they're going to continue to dominate or ball out on defense or anything like that. So give me the Chargers to kind of upset and embarrass.
Dope. What else how do you feel about their fantasy values? Everybody's fantasy value in this game.
In this game, obviously the entirety of that Chargers offense is still must-start material. We've got Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen. All of those guys should be started at any opportunity. When you go over to the Broncos, the running back group's kind of that same situation. We've talked about them a little bit. You get limited ceiling, but you get a very, very solid floor from both of them with upside opportunity if something were to go wrong for the other. When it comes to the receivers, I think it's Cortland Sutton is the number one guy. For me, Judy and Patrick kind of fall into that wide receiver 3 flex category because we haven't really seen it from either of them. And we've seen it. We've seen Tim Patrick have great days, but they're slowly starting to fade away. And even though they just re-signed him, how often are we going to continue to see it? Jerry Jeudy is a talented receiver on that team. And so, at any point he could probably break off and take it, but he hasn't yet. With the Chargers defense playing very good lately, it might be the week that, they just give him enough for him to break out that play, and they try to overcommit on him. So both of them are sitting at that 3 flex option.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree with that. So, let's see. You want to move on?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Rams, Packers. I talked about. Oh, I'm sorry. We have 2 questions. I apologize. Bronco plays. Says A.J. Dillon or Aaron Jones if he plays?
If he plays,
Yes.
it's a really good one. I think I'm still going A.J. Dillon.
I am as well. He's been playing very well. They have a bye next week. Aaron Jones is the most talented back,
Yes.
like skill-wise. So there's no need to. I don't think there's a need for them to, unless they're in a really big pickle, which I mean it could be a game, whatever. But yeah, I'm leaning A.J. Dillon even if Aaron Jones plays. Then we have full PPR: Stevenson, Westbrook, Akeen, or Freiermuth.
I think I like Freiermuth here. I'm not huge on Romandre. Westbrook Akeen, I think, is a dart throw, and I like you. And with Freiermuth being there, I think that he could be in for a big day.
Yeah, I think I'm staying away from the Tennessee-New England game as much as I can. So yeah, I'm gonna go Freiermuth as well. Like I said earlier when we were talking about the Steelers, seven or more targets since week 6 each game.
Damn.
He's heavily involved. No Eric Ebron again, which really wasn't cutting into much anyway, but just a nice little sprinkle on top. So yeah, that's that. I kind of agree. Westbrook Akeen could have a good game, obviously being the only person there. I just don't see, Tannehill throwing for 50 times again, and that's the only reason why Akeen had 8 targets. I mean, he threw 4 interceptions. They can't. There's no way they let him throw that much. They've got to keep him around that 30 mark.
Yeah, and I think that's why
it's not going to be much for Akeen.
All right, question on Twitter. Might have to go Cam over Russ. Is that smart?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't think good stuff. I think all of them are dart throws. Freiermuth has the upside. New England defense probably too good. Yeah, the definitely Freiermuth has the upside. Yes, sir. No problems. I hope I don't butcher your name, Sylvain. Feel free to like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. We do this every Sunday. Yeah, Freiermuth definitely has that touchdown upside. And New England's defense has been playing well. I took a bet. Tennessee Titans to win the game before A.J. Brown was put on IR. So I lost that bet, guaranteed.
All right. You want a kicker question?
Oh, let's hear it. Gotta give love to the kickers.
Chris Boswell or Matt Gay? Kickers matter.
Chris Boswell.
Is that your answer?
Yeah, that's my answer.
Okay. That's. Yep. I'm just gonna say kickers do in fact matter.
So, as far as the Rams game, Aaron Rodgers, bum toe, still playing him. Matt Stafford, though, we had the question earlier, Cam Newton or Matt Stafford. If you can find somebody like Cam Newton to play over Matt Stafford, I would do that. I'm not playing like Matt Ryan or Carson Wentz or guys like that. Would you play Tua or Matt Stafford?
You got to play Matt Stafford in that option. Are you going Tua?
I'm going Matt Stafford.
Yeah, I think you got to go Matt Stafford there.
I hesitated. And also somebody's sending me a trade offer. And it's today's the deadline, so I got to get that in. Let's see what else. We've got
Darrell Henderson or Terry McLaurin.
Scary Terry.
Scary Materi.
Yeah. I think Henderson goes down to the low end running back too. You know, clear upside, but Green Bay's defense, no joke. Aaron Jones, we had this question. Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon. Even if Aaron Jones starts, I just don't. He's supposed to be out 2 to 3 weeks, is what the initial report was, and it's only been a week.
A week and a half.
Week and a half, whatever. It's been 2
About
weeks, I guess.
2 weeks.
But still, I don't know. He's a little questionable. He's questionable, but like his usage is gonna be questionable. So I'm kind of, unless it's absolutely necessary, I'm staying away from him. Cooper Kupp, Devonta Adams must start. I think Odell Beckham is that wide receiver 3 flex option for you with potential upside. Maybe they get him involved. I think Jacksonville, week 13, next week, is a smash play for him. I think he breaks out, has his big game.
Who is this?
Odell Beckham.
OBJ? Yeah, it could be. I'm still hesitant on him.
I'm saying next week, not this week.
Yeah, no, I need to see. Yeah, this is a week where I need to see it. Wow, this is the 5th time I've seen this question. Cam Newton or Matt Stafford? I do not know how many people have asked that.
All right, so we've got a question from Dylan. Dylan says, full PPR, who do I start in my flex? Antonio Gibson, Javonta Williams, or Elijah Mitchell?
John, my initial thought here is Antonio Gibson.
Yeah. Yep.
And that was until you said Elijah Mitchell.
Mitchell is still questionable.
How is that?
He's got the ribs and the finger injuries.
Yeah, but the running backs are so bad.
Antonio Gibson does not have a.
You're right. Why am I trying to talk myself out of my gut feeling?
I don't know. I'm going Antonio Gibson. I mean.
Yeah, Gibson got the carries last week.
Yeah, so needs to get in the end zone. Shouldn't fumble it. But yeah, and Seattle's defense is not good. Not good. So yeah. I actually think the Minnesota Vikings. Yes, he is. Stafford also fighting all kinds of minor injuries and pains. Yep, his hand. I think his throwing hand. Is it his throwing hand?
Yeah, that's what it said this morning.
Yeah. So, what else?
If you guys, we've got everyone in here right now. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys like the video. We got 6 people in here right now, and would love to see some more numbers up there. And if you aren't already subscribed to the channel, don't miss any of the videos throughout the week.
Yep, that'd be awesome. Our goal is 100 subs by the end of the season. Realistically, if we get up to 75, we would be very, very thankful and grateful. So
be more thankful for 125.
Yeah, of course, but we'll get there. The rest of that game, anybody else stand out to you? Higbee, Robert Tonyan. Actually, Robert Tonyan's not even.
No, Robert Tonyan. Joseph, not really.
Joseph DeGuara or Josiah DeGuara?
No, no one's really sticking out to me in the game at all.
Oh, man. All right, let's see. Chase Claypool or Jerry Jeudy?
Chase Claypool. Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, I'm going Jerry Jeudy. That was a personal question. Let's move on to the Minnesota Vikings. We've got 3 more games, so we'll hurry it up. You guys think Deontay Johnson over – wait, D. Johnson. Which D. Johnson?
Johnson.
Dearness or Deontay?
It's probably David.
Or David, yeah.
I think Dearness is kind of fallen off everyone's radars with Chubb and Hunt coming back.
Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. David Johnson over Foreman versus New England or Burkhead? Half PPR, I like David Johnson. I think he catches the ball a lot, or will, and he'll be involved. I think it's David Johnson's backfield. So I'm leaning David Johnson.
I'm leaning Foreman here. Again, I don't like. Yeah, I'm leaning Foreman here. I think the New England or the Burkhead and the Texans backfield is going to be all over the place, and it could go either way. The Titans could be in the same situation, but I think they want to get Foreman involved.
Such a low point in my life.
You know what?
Oh man, I feel that. It's all right though.
We're all there in some places, especially if you guys do multiple leagues.
Yeah. Yep. Shoot, bro. I have to start. I have to start Tyler Higbee. All right, that sucks. sucks. Let's see. We've got. Oh yeah, the Vikings. Why did I click on that? Vikings. 49ers. Jeez, where'd it go?
Struggling there?
Spread is. Yeah, I am, dude. I've got like. Yeah. Sometimes this many screens is not good for you.
Yeah, Vikings 49ers. I think that you're playing Jimmy Garoppolo this week as a low end quarterback one. I think Kirk Cousins is in for a little bit of a rough day, but I do think all the offensive weapons in this game need to find ways on rosters. I do like Debo, obviously. Maybe not the running back group out of San Francisco, but Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, all ones in their respective roles. Debo, wide receiver one this week, he carries a little bit of a flex worthy upside with some bust potential. And then George Kittle and Tyler is a must start, and Tyler Conklin's kind of finding his way as that flexible or streamable tight end option for you.
Yes, sir. I agree. I like the Vikings plus 3.5 as well, by the way, just so everybody knows. I think they're going to win this game.
I would take that too.
Actually, I'm going to take that before the game. It's later, but I'm going to take it before the spreads. Cleveland Browns, Baltimore Ravens, good game. Browns plus 3 over under 47. I like the under in this game. I like the under. Two defensive teams that run the ball. I think it's conducive to running the clock. Baker is better though. They say he is not as banged up.
He's less injured. I wouldn't say he's better. He'll never be better. He's not good.
He is fine. He's good. He's not great.
He is.
Anyways, not playing Baker, playing Lamar, playing Chubb, playing Freeman, not playing Hunt, not playing Murray unless I'm very desperate. Marquis Brown will try to find a way around it because of his injury. He's coming back or whatever, but we'll play him. Bateman, in my opinion, low-end flex option, potential upside depending upon Marquis Brown's status because I do believe he's trending towards playing, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Jarvis Landry, PPR flex, PPR wide receiver 2. Yeah, and then Mark Andrews, the only tight end I'm playing. I think Hooper is a filler if needed at tight end. So.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Oops, sorry. Yeah,
I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
You're good. We've got some questions on there.
I had King Henry and Miles Sanders as RB2. Dropped Sanders because he got hurt and Eagles weren't running. James Conner is now running back 1. He's on bye. That stinks. Breida did his part this week. Now I'm down to those. Oh, boy. Yeah, it's pretty rough over there.
Falls apart pretty quickly.
That's the thing, bro. One of my leagues, and I have to do the update. Everybody on my bench is out or on IR. Joey Perp said Gordon or Patterson, and flex Evans or Sutton.
I think I'm going Patterson over Gordon. And for flex, I'm going to go Evans. I'm assuming Mike Evans.
Yep. I agree with you there. So Patterson and Evans. Appreciate it, Joey Perps. Let's move on to our final game, Monday night. Seahawks football team. Football team's +1. Henry going down really boned me. Yeah, it boned a lot of people. Let's see.
Right.
Over under 46.5. I think we can see somewhat of a bounce back for Russell Wilson, but I don't think it's going to be anything spectacular. I think he's a quarterback 2. I would play him for his upside over guys like Tua and things like that, but after that, it gets kind of dicey. Like somebody said earlier, Cam Newton over Russell Wilson. I 100% agree.
Yeah, I think Cam Newton's a smash play, though.
Yeah, I do too. I think he gets in the end zone at least once. Honestly, I just need him to throw an interception and Dolphins to win. I have a bet on that, a little prop bet. Taylor Heineke, if you need somebody to fill in your quarterback spot, if there's nobody else out there, if there's nobody else out there, I might use him. And then what else? We got Antonio Gibson. is a play. J.D. McKissick, not really interested in because Antonio Gibson's been getting fed the ball. Alex Collins and DJ Dallas are extreme desperate plays. So, yeah. McLaurin, DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett should be in your lineup for the most part, unless you have somebody clearly better. Curtis Samuel, he's still questionable. Not really interested in playing him. And then Logan Thomas, he is expected to play Monday, so that helps me out in one league. So I will be playing him.
Absolutely. Yeah, this game's kind of doesn't really give me any of the good feelings about high point scoring, great fantasy day for anyone outside of the expected players. Gibson should be solid. We're looking at Scary Terry. That's someone that's pretty much the only person I'm worried about in this game. Someone who could have a huge game, but I'm worried that it just doesn't come through and that we see some bust potential. And it's more for me just the fact that these other options there in Washington aren't good enough to take away the coverage from Terry McLaurin, which leads the ball to end up in those other hands. And we've seen it 3 weeks now. So,
yeah, true. 'Tis true. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is our Sunday live stream. It is 1 o'clock. We're going to go watch football, hang out.
Nice.
So, all right, guys. John, you have anything to say to everybody?
I just have to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as we grow and grow and grow. And if you guys have any other questions throughout the day about maybe some roster changes, make sure to DM us on Twitter or just ask us on Twitter, and we'll get to it as quick